Hey everybody, I'm back, and I am actually in Washington. Drove past the White House today. No sign of Sleeping Joe wandering or whispering. So we are live from Washington, D.C., actually the casino in Washington, D.C. Sorry I'm late. It's just been a crazy week. Anybody who knows me knows I had a few things going on this week, and I wasn't prepared to get on. But we'll start with COVID right away. COVID is not going away anytime soon. They already have the next version of the variant named as another cron. So they're just going to keep rolling these viruses out until the virus is all gone. You know, we have AOC, who is the dumbest person in the world, went to Florida, maskless, party like crazy, dancing, pictures everywhere with her boyfriend. Apparently, everybody was so jealous of her boyfriend only because they wanted to sleep with her. Really not sure what that looks like. She has a bit of a horse face when she smiles, so I have that going for us. She's so stupid that when she tested positive, she probably thought it was like a passing grade. Really, not that bright. I am drinking a little ginger beer tonight because that's all I had on hand. Oh, very good, very good. More people are wearing masks on Zoom and video calls. I'm not really sure what that's all about, but apparently they're wearing it so they don't offend people on the other side of the screen. What do you care for? You know, I'm thinking you wear this mask, it's not stopping a computer virus. A mask isn't the next Norton or McAfee virus protection program. You need more than a mask, man. This is just absolutely insane. But maybe the mask is the new Norton. Who knows? We have in New York, it's so important to contact trace and the virus is so out of control. We're just going to stop contact tracing. Nobody cares. The numbers go up, they go down. It's just a way to control your life. But now it's costing them more money to do so they had to get rid of it. And, you know, that's it. So, as I said, we're here in D.C., so I'm going to focus on Whispering Joe a little bit. This week, just the other day, he had a press conference where he actually took a question. I know, it's surprising. And even more of a bigger surprise, he picked someone he didn't have the answer to the question to. So his response to the question, I don't know what the question is, was, do you really need to ask these complicated questions? Can you imagine asking a president of the United States a complicated question? A question he may have to think of? Complicated. Joe, 2 + 2 is 4 is not complicated. It wasn't a complicated question. The problem is the handlers of yours didn't give you the answer. You're unprepared and you really don't think on your feet well because you sleep most of the time or wander around the grounds. Once again, looked around the White House today, didn't see any wandering, but we didn't make our way around the Capitol to get a good enough view. Certainly wasn't in the National Mall wandering around because we checked the reflecting pool, no sign of Joe. Then, he said that he needs more money to fight COVID, that the $5 trillion bill that he already passed for COVID apparently wasn't enough. I, for one, want to know where this money is going because the federal government bought expiring tests, home tests for the different people in the country. So the schools were giving out tests on like January 6th that were expiring January 15th. Really? Would he get him a clearance? The dollar store? They're expired, man. So you really have a 2-week window to find out if you have COVID, or you got to throw these damn things in the garbage. But Joe's giving you the tests. Good for you, Joe. Good for you. Then he continues to talk about voter suppression. Why are we suppressing the vote? But what's interesting to me in the same press conference, he spoke about more people voting in the 2020 election than ever before. So who's getting suppressed? If more people voted, who's suppressed? I don't know anybody who's suppressed. Do you know anybody who's suppressed? Tell me the group in our country who cannot vote, whose vote suppressed. Besides illegals, who in New York City they voted, can now vote. They said, yeah, let's vote, which is against the United States Constitution. Our new mayor may be just as bad as the old mayor. He appointed his brother to a high-paying administrative position and said that the brother was highly qualified. Well, the brother's under investigation now federally for bribery. Not as bad as Nancy Pelosi. First of all, anybody see Nancy Pelosi the other day talking? We know we can't understand a word she's saying, but her eyebrows are trying to escape. It looks like she actually is putting on clown makeup. Like her face is melting, her eyebrows go up to like her hairline. It's crazy. Kids, stay off the drugs. Maybe I'm considering reeling back to drinking because if this is the long-term effects, I don't want to lose my eyebrows. Do you? I'm telling you, this is crazy. Believe it or not, spoke to you guys last week about the woman who put her 14-year-old in the trunk because the 14-year-old had to be quarantined for COVID and she needed to go get her shot. There are people, dummies, ignoramuses, and I have plenty more words for them, but it's bizarre. They are defending her. And one woman said, and here is the quote exactly, what was she supposed to do with her child? I don't know. Leave him in the car is probably the last answer. Leave him at home? Put the kid in his room? The kid was 14. What was she supposed to do with him? Certainly what she was not supposed to do was lock the kid in the trunk. I don't know. Call me crazy. People say I'm a little abnormal. If that's abnormal, who the hell wants to be normal? Certainly not me. I've never put my kid in the trunk. In fact, the older squirrel sitting right behind me doesn't want to be in this video. That's neither here nor there, though. And I understand. Now, as we all know, I spoke about it last week. My grandfather was in bad shape. He did pass away. Very sad day, and I'll speak to this a little bit when I get to the end. But he passed away, so I couldn't make it. But you know, I realized how fat I've been getting because I can't fit into any of my suits. My clothes don't fit, doesn't fit around my belly, my neck. Because I only wear a suit or any type of that dress clothes really for weddings, funerals, and parties. I am getting fat and I need to turn it around. Because I'll be like one of those 900-pound people on 600-pound life who speaks to the doctor and the doctor says, how'd you get like this? And they said, I really don't know. It's like it magically occurred when they woke up on a Tuesday or Wednesday morning. Bam, 900 pounds. Which, me and the older squirrel realized that 960 pounds is the size of a horse. And a horse has 2 additional legs that I was advised to balance themselves out. Not quite that fat, but I'm working on it, so I need to cut down a little bit. Maybe need to switch to some more diet drinks and cut out the carbs. Any of you guys have any clue who Dr. No is? Dr. No often says, you can walk to a cheeseburger as fast as you can walk to a salad. You need to start walking to cheeseburgers, man. Salads. That was just a slip. All right, what else do I got here? Very easy today. So the other day, I was getting dressed to go to the funeral, and one of the youngest squirrels saw me wearing a tie. And he says, Dad, what are you wearing a tie for? I said, dude, you know my grandfather passed away. And he said, oh, I know. He goes, you know what, Dad? My grandfather passed away. So now we have that in common. The kid's just trying to find commonalities when he's not trying to assert my authority. So maybe he's trying to soften me up, but it really was an endearing moment. We both have 2 dead grandfathers. That's neither here nor there either. But the kid's all right. Now, what do I got here? Bill Rogers. Bill Rogers writes in an editorial. He's furious that we are using taxpayer dollars to let Santa drive around on a fire truck. It's causing traffic, and it's an overused expense of taxpayer monies. I suppose Bill was never a child. You know what kids love? Kids love fire trucks. Kids love firemen. Kids love Santa. So listen, Scrooge, don't worry about it because I've never seen Santa cause any traffic or problems at all. Worry about your own damn self and listen. Look in the mirror and get yourself a life. And maybe have a drink and find yourself a girlfriend because you obviously have too much free time that you're worried about Santa on a fire truck. You're a disgusting human being. Just another one I put on a list. Very easy piece of advice this week. Very short and simple piece of advice. One of the shortest ones anybody's ever asked me. Angry Mac. My mother lightly criticizes me whenever my friends compliment me. It drives me crazy. How should I handle this? How should you handle this? From the immortal words of my aunt, who was told to get a COVID test before she went to Christmas Eve, go shit in a hat. Tell your mother, stop the nonsense. It is mean and unproductive. She may think it's cool, but it's really bullying behavior. Or you could just punch her in the face. Don't know how old she is. I find a punch in the face occasionally works to stop the bad behavior. If you believe that, you believe it. I don't know what to tell you. Now, what I want to say, my grandfather passed away, and I hope just to get through the next minute and a half. Don't forget to find somebody you love and tell them you love them. Tomorrow is never guaranteed. Cheers. See you next week.